baby? I'm right here with Aristotle Investment.
Poppy seed, you got whiskey too. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Big Glow, and I'm right here with my boy Aristotle.
Let's get it.
He about to teach me about these dividends and saving money.
It's your boy DC Young Fly, man. I'm here with my boy Aristotle.
Shout out to Aristotle. I took his class.
Man, this dude is the truth, dog. He just put me on game on like investments, dividends, stock market.
I sit around with a bunch of my friends and we talk about stocks all day now.
Man, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy, stupid knowledge, you dig?
I've learned so much. Aristotle had put my trading level on top.
I done learned so much about stock trading, options in particular. It's really changed my whole life and concept about money and investing.
This dude taking people off the corner, man.
I can honestly just say that, like, before Aristotle, dude, I was trading off of impulse. A little bit of stuff I learned off of YouTube. But this package, it's the real deal. It'll get you trading off of real facts. You'll be able to back check, and you'll be able to know what you're doing, not just jump in because you think it's right.
I really should go check out their campaign if you really got something going on. Y'all know me, I'm trying to get my 100 M's any kind of way I can. Yeah.
This is Aristotle Investments, and welcome to Stock Sundays, where I go over a recap of last week's top news you may have missed, option trade recaps and strategies I take, important data and earnings to look forward to, a watch list for next week, and if you stay to the end, I do a live Q&A and $200 Cash App giveaway, $50 to 4 people. Tap in. What's going on? What's going on, folks? What's going on? It's your boy Aristotle. Full Throttle Art with the Roar. How are y'all? So, before we get into Stock Sundays, I just want to tell y'all happy Sunday. It's been a blessed week. Made some money. Earnings was crazy last week. Earnings went crazy. Everything went crazy. You know, data. The Feds done rate hikes. You know, they done raked it again. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now, why are we here today? Because we're going to teach y'all how to get money. So if you're really excited and you're ready to get this money, you in the right spot. All right. Let's get right into it, folks. So, first, you already know what we're going to go over. We're going to go over our, let me switch my camera real quick. We can switch it to this one. All right. So, we're going to go over our weekly recaps, what happened last week, our trades, and then we're going to go over our biggest movers and losers, crypto news, data, earnings, Sunday watch list. So, we're going to go over everything possible. All right. Got you covered with everything you need. So first of all, let's go over our news recap. So what happened last week? First Republic Bank, right? These guys literally collapsed. So another bank collapsed. No surprise. We know that what was it? SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, they just collapsed. So I was doing a lot of research and everything, trying to, you know, pretty much figure out why. And let's just say digital assets like crypto, a lot of that stuff is threatening these banks, and people are more trusting of the well-established banks. Competition is getting real, you know, heavy when it comes to the banking market, to pretty much any market. Competition is just weighing on a lot of businesses. So you're going to see a lot of businesses, especially because of AI right now, collapse. So as you can see, these guys, this is how they've been doing. They've just been on a decline. And they just got bought up by JP Morgan too, First Republic Bank. So we go to the next slide. So First Republic Bank is now officially the second largest U.S. bank to collapse per Bloomberg. So as you can see, Washington Mutual was the biggest. Silicon Valley was the third. So they're bigger than Silicon Valley. I thought at first that I had my housing loan through them, but nah, I don't. So we all good with that. So JP Morgan has officially taken over First Republic Bank, FRC. So that's their ticker. JP Morgan is going to get $92 billion in deposits in the deal, which includes $30 billion, that is, in other large banks put into First Republic last month. The bank is taking on $173 billion in loans and $30 billion in securities as well. All right. So JP Morgan did not seek the deal. The FDIC invited the deal. So that's what JP Morgan's saying. Like, hey man, look, this fell into our lap. We took it. The FDIC said so. It is what it is, right? So JP Morgan, you got Morgan Stanley, you got JP Morgan, You got Bank of America. So now we got to pay attention to the top guys and see who folds next. So you're going to see more and more banks, more employees laid off. You're going to see a lot of stuff. And AI is the reason. Now, it's crazy because it's like while we were focused on the metaverse, they were spending time building AI as if metaverse was a distraction. I don't get it. But I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know if it's like trending. You know, I guess everyone tries to catch on to every financial literacy trend. And when it trends, it affects companies. So right now, AI is trending. It's affecting a lot of companies. All right. And then the feds, we had the feds with these, they raise interest rates again by 0.25%. So that right there is something we need to pay attention to. Now, something about that, in my opinion, it's kind of weird because companies are going to get affected by this, especially banks. We know banks are going to get affected by this, by the interest rates and everything. The stock market, that's the part where I'm trying to figure out, you know, we had good news with the jobs and everything, but we still rise. So it's almost as if, let me change this camera. But yeah, it's almost as if, how do I say it? It's kind of, we're in a confused state as far as the Feds raising prices and then the fact that we still kind of in this range. I personally am not trusting a bull market just yet because we keep rising interest rates. So, you know, the more, and then, you know, naturally the CPI, we got to see CPI Wednesday. So that's consumer price index. That's the inflation rates. So that's going to determine whether or not the products get taxed and all of that. You feel me? So the CPI is Wednesday. So as long as those things keep rising, it's hard for me to say, hey, we're going to run into a bull market. Now, granted, we had great earnings. But this, especially this quarter, but that doesn't mean that will continue because you got to think banks are not loaning out money anymore. And if they are, it's at a high interest rate. So that part right there pretty much is why it's a bit fearful because you got to think if they're not handing out money, then people have less spending power, which means people are going to buy a lot of these products less. So that is the scary part about everything rising, interest rates rising and CPI rising. Because, you know, interest rates rise, then, you know, the money will get affected. And if the consumer price index rise, the products will get affected, which means companies will spend more. And that's why they laying off employees too. It's a numerous reasons why they're laying off employees. You got AI and then you got inflation. So some are trying to save money and some are replacing a lot of these because, you know, companies, they all, you know, they sharing their plug now. OpenAI sponsors a lot of companies. So Microsoft is crazy because for one, they own OpenAI, or at least the ChatGPT part of it. I don't know what dealings they have with OpenAI, whether they own OpenAI outright or just ChatGPT specifically. I got to research that, but we got to definitely tap in. So Jerome Powell and the Fed's rate hikes this cycle. So this is the from the year end, and as you can see, it's just been that, and it's been a crazy year, and that's why it's so much volatility because part of us want to buy the dip because companies are undervalued at the prices they are, and then part of us like, God damn, like, I guess we're gonna be holding for a long time because all of this right here is just ridiculous, you know. So that right there is what's just, you know, we can't predict this. We can't do anything about this. This is the government. This is Jerome Powell and the Feds. So as long as they keep rising these numbers, it's going to be a lot of confusion in the market. And I'll show you guys the spot chart after that. So jobs. So here's the part what made the market rise the last couple of days is our unemployment rates are the lowest since like 1969, right? So our unemployment rates are just super low right now. And that's kind of weird because we've been having a lot of job layoffs. So you see why it's kind of like it's too much going on right now. Companies are laying off a lot of employees, right? Tens of thousands of employees, a lot of Amazon workers. IBM said, I guess it's just the tech industry that's getting hit the hardest. Cause but even then, I can see a lot of stuff getting hit. The grocery store, everything could get hit. I don't see a lot of jobs left that can't get replaced by AI, except like teachers, counselors, lawyers, human resources, anything like healthcare is on the rise though. So healthcare is an industry that can't really get taken over like that by AI, because we need nurses. You can't. It's a lot that goes with healthcare, medicine, things like that. Doctors, robots can't perform surgery. Anything medical or personable will be here to stay. But unless you're making money from AI, you're screwed. I can be honest with you, you're screwed. But that's crazy to say that you're screwed, because guess what? Unemployment is at the lowest it's been in 1969. That is that's 50 years. Dang. That's 50 years, folks. So that's the part that got me like, come on now, look at this chart. So the unemployment rate is now at its lowest since 1969. So yeah, that only 3.4% of people are unemployed in America. And you can see that spike here when COVID happened. Now that's dangerous. So a lot goes into, you gotta think, when people have jobs, that means they're able to spend money. So you gotta look at the market from all aspects. Everything matters. CPI matters. Inflation matters. The number of jobs Americans have, that matters. Everything ties into why the market can go up. So it's like we need perfect numbers, perfect conditions, as they will say, to make this thing continue to go up. And so far, like I said, we got good numbers on one end, and then we got bad numbers on the other. So you see what I'm saying right here? That's why the market is so confused right now, because we got good numbers on one end, bad numbers on the other, and then we got good earnings. So think about that. Yes, inflation might rise, CPI might rise, but people got jobs, so there's still money circulating, and it's a lot. So Apple, they beat earnings. So we're still giving Apple our hard-earned money, as you can see. We still giving Apple our hard-earned money. Apple beat. They beat in revenue. They beat in everything on earnings. So Apple is a pretty good company. If you don't know by now, Apple is a staple of the stock market. They damn near run the stock market. All right, Apple themselves. And if Apple falls off as a company, a lot of companies will be in trouble. So yeah, healthcare is the one industry where, in fact, more people actually got more jobs in healthcare than anything else, by the way. Just replying to one of the comments on there. Yeah, healthcare is no joke. Like, that's the crazy thing about it. So let's keep going with this. So Apple, right? So Apple earnings are out. Earnings per share at 1.52, beating expectations of 1.43. Revenue beat. And I'm going to show you guys how Apple makes money. So this is important too, to learn how these companies make money. Product revenue, service revenue, iPhone revenue, right? But the thing is, it's all about what a company net profits. So I'm going to show you what Apple was able to net profit. So let's talk about it. So you guys can see this chart, right? So you see, this is what they net profit, but they had revenue of this. So for all of you who have companies and wondering like, damn, like, I'm not doing too good or this and that. Remember, no one is able to keep all of their money. It costs a lot to make this. Just like with anything. So they gotta pay employees. They gotta operate it. In order for all of this to run, the cloud services, all of that, they have that per quarter. So they gotta spend 14 billion just to operate those. You know, the service we got don't run cheap on our iPhones. You feel me? But they're making a lot. So we look at this, they make a bulk of their money from their products, which is insane. But wait till this catches up, which is what they're trying to compete with now. So this is on the rise, folks. It's on the rise, 6% this year. iPads on the rise, watches, everything they got is on the rise. Even iPhones. So Apple is just a beast. But like I said, at the end, this is what they net. So imagine this, folks. It costs damn near what? 70 billion to make 30, to profit 30, which ain't bad. But a lot of you complain that you only get to save 20-30% of your money. So do companies. If you have a 50% margin, like I think Meta has a 50% margin. That's why I was laughing at people who was counting Meta out. I'm like, how can you laugh at somebody who's keeping 50% of their money? What's funny about that? A lot of companies can't do that. Meta is able to do that. Meta, I think one quarter had like a 43% margin. All right, yeah. So wait till, and you gotta think this too. Apple has a lot of cash flow. So whenever a company has a bunch of cash, they're able to pretty much innovate themselves however they want to. So Apple can literally just out of the woodwork say, you know what, like somebody said here, I want to do cars now, because they got the connections to go get this scientist, to pay this guy. They got the systems in place to be able to put something in motion and execute it. They got the Chinese and the Indian connect. So now Apple is all in India with it. You feel me? It's nothing they could do to not win. So let's go over our trade recaps. We went over that. Did y'all enjoy that part though? Y'all enjoyed that? I think y'all did. So let me go ahead and get this camera going real quick. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know y'all did. They can't change the logo though. Yeah, Apple is insane. Let's get into our trade recap. So I made 8,500 on a Monday. Let's go over how I made this type of money. If you were in the chat, you remember when I made this. Yeah, Apple has way too much leverage. So AMD, the first one I made. So as you can see, that's that 2,300 right here. I remember I took this bounce right here on AMD. If you guys remember that play. So let's talk about why I took AMD. For one, this is the 200 MA on the 5 minute, right? So this is the 200 MA on the 5 minute. And this 89 level was also a key level. So as you can see, this is the pre-market low as well right here. So this is the pre-market low. And then this is also a level. So whenever you got a bunch of levels all at once, and you can kind of make a circle, if you can draw a circle in the middle where about a bunch of shit, it's almost like a four-way intersection. That's what I'm looking for to interplays. So as you can see, we got this little four-way intersection, right? You know how all stop signs? So that's kind of how I look at it. Whenever I see a four-way like that, it makes me want to buy, because that means the level is pretty strong. So we got the 200 MA, we got this key level right here, and we have the pre-market low right here. So we got a four-way intersection. And that right there is why I told you guys to buy AMD right here, because we had that little four-way intersection, and I bet the house on it. I put up about 10 racks, 9 racks. Yep. So yeah, it's a clean confluence. So I put up 10 racks to make that. Got out at about 30%, something like that, 25, 30%. And yeah, that's why I made that. Now, SPX, the reason why I made this 6200 was, honestly, I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. I was in Colorado. I was getting high trying to weed, and for one, we had a double top here, so we got one top and then we got two tops. But this false breakdown, I saw that coming because it tried to break with low volume, and I knew they were gonna wash out, especially because it was towards like 1 o'clock in the day, so I wasn't really. And then all these wicks, you see all these wicks pointing to the downside. So I was like, you know what? It's clear that damn near God want us to get in this trade, you feel me? So that's how I felt. I was like, God himself told us to get in this trade. Let me turn on another camera. Turn on the FaceTime. So I was like, man, God himself is literally is begging me to get in this. The way this thing is wicking right here and all of this. So I put in about 10,000, something like that. And then I took profits right here. I got out a little bit right here. And then that's the part that pissed me off, because I took a little bit right here, then I took it all right here. So yeah, I couldn't miss that trade, you feel me? The way, look how many chances we had to get in this. It was just too beautiful. So spy call. Now I did not miss a text signal all week. I only missed a live trading signal. So that's another thing. So I hit about 70% on this one. And I'm gonna show you why I got in this one as well. So this one was the fact that we broke this support here with low volume. So you see this high volume candle bar right here? We failed to break lows, right? And then we never really broke lows for real. So at the bottom, I was like, for one, we're trending down with low volume, and this was a key level, this 404 level. If I would have drew this line all the way across, this was a key level as well. So 404. And you know, I got on this Atlanta stuff, so shout out to 404 for one. But that's what really made me buy the dip here, was volume divergence. As the thing is going down, volume is trash right here. You see how this spike right here? And then we also got trash volume. This spike, it just keeps going lower and lower. So that showed me that volume divergence right there made me buy calls. I was like, okay, we're tanking on low volume. I'm going to get in some calls. Now, granted, if the only time it's risky to get in calls is the next one I'm going to show y'all, where I lost some money. So, and like I said, to get back to this one, like I said, the reason I got in here because it was a double top, 1, 2, failure to go high, and then all this price action right here. It was just a lot of sellers. I was also looking at level 2 as well. It was a lot of people pretty much selling at this level. And this one right here, I made 1,700 in this account because of that right there, volume divergence, and the fact that 404 was a key level. So if I see something coming down to a key level with low volume, it makes me want to buy it up, especially when I'm looking at level 2. And that's how we made 70%, and we got out up here. So this is where we got out up here, and it was easy money. And then this spike right here was nasty. Everybody was excited when this spike happened right here. Everybody was like, whoa, Aristotle's a genius. And then we had another spike, and I was like, you know what, y'all, I'm out. You feel me? And I should have bought this dip too, but I was chicken shit, cause I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna risk my luck again. Yeah, supply and demand. That's all we doing. So this is the part where I tell you I fucked up, cause for one, we had a volume break right here, right? So this shit broke with rising volume. As you can see, volume just keeps rising as it's breaking down. So it broke down here with rising volume. So I don't even know which specific candle that was, but as you can see, There's rising volume right there the whole time. So my dumb ass was like, man, this shit ain't not a green candle yet. It was, the RSI was low as shit. I'm talking about the devil. The devil sold SPY that day. Nobody but the devil. I'm talking about he was selling. This shit went straight to hell. I've never seen anything like it. Not a green candle for the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 times 5. That's how many minutes. It's a lot of minutes. That's like a whole hour of red. Never seen before. So of course everybody lost money this day. Yeah, everybody. I mean, goddamn Satan sold this shit off that day. This shit went straight to hell. I'm talking about past the earth. I lost money that day. Everybody did. How couldn't you? Because you like, man, what the hell? It's been an hour. But that's when I tell people, one day the market will get you. And there is nothing you can do about it. And this was one of those days. Can you imagine a whole hour of selling? Where does that ever happen? I've showed you so much price action. You'll eventually see a green candle. You'll eventually see a green candle. You get what I'm saying? So where in price action tarnation has that ever happened? So nobody's seen that before, or at least we probably seen it before, but opposite, green candles. I done seen that happen with green. I ain't never seen that happen though. This right here, a whole hour and a half of red. It's been a minute. Who seen that happen before? Not me, right? So everybody and their mama lost money that day because we all tried to buy the dip somewhere, somehow, and all you had to do was chase. For the first day in history, all you had to do was just chase. And then on top of that, with this candle, it was masterful the way the market makers did this. With this candle right here, they broke it. They had data come out on the breakdown candle. So now, this is the funny thing about it. This is what's fucking us up too. The government knows there's a lot of retail traders, correct? So when the government knows that there's a lot of retail traders, they know when to release data at the exact points. It's like they know the right setups. They know what setups we're going to take. So if they want to take our money, they got to be a little smarter. So you got to think the goal and objective of them is to also fake you out and take your money. You get what I'm saying? So this was probably the most masterful day to take everybody's money. To literally, as soon as this breaks down, this candle right here was the data candle. And that is the orb, right? The 15-minute orb. So everybody is looking like, damn, do I buy that or not? Right? And so then you feel like, all right, I'm going to wait for the pullback. There is no pullback. So now this was the only pullback, this candle right here. We should have bought goddamn puts on this candle. This candle right here was the only pullback. So yeah, like, it was crazy. Yeah, they know how to play the game, goddamn. That was a day where I was like, that was masterful. Like, I'm pretty sure they made at least $1 billion that day from us giving them just shoveling money to their ass. So yeah, man, that was the only trade I lost. But if you want to get into our community, for you guys only, for the first 100 people, all you got to do is click the link in the description and it'll be $10 off the weekly trial. Yes, it comes with a beginner's course. So if you know nothing about options, if everything I was saying before this was Chinese, then you, my friend, deserve to get this, and it'll come with a beginner's course, right? So that's first and foremost. And this beginner course will get you started on trading options. I break it down Barney style. So yes, if you know nothing about options, this is the right thing for you. Now, these things sell every Sunday. So every Sunday we sell out of these at 100. So if I were you guys, I would hurry up and get in those. And they usually sell out no more than probably right before midnight, like an hour after I do this show, all of the spots go. So hurry up and get yours. It's a huge demand for that. And the first 100 people will get it for $25. And then it closes after that. All right. So let's get into it. Biggest movers and losers. So Shopify. Shopify was the biggest winner of the week. I am shocked, but Shopify was on a huge decline for one, mainly because of COVID. So if you guys remember when COVID happened, and we're kind of responsible for why Shopify took off as well. Everyone was teaching Shopify how to be an e-com guy and all of that shit, right? During COVID. So Shopify went fucking nuts, right? So whenever you have a bunch of people spending money on your product because of a time period, you're going to go nuts, correct? So Shopify went nuts during COVID, but you got to think there's down from there. So they can't sustain that high of numbers where when everyone was trying to be an entrepreneur, stay home, create them an e-com business, right? And then there was a lot of money flowing in. So companies like Shopify, Roku, Zoom Video are never going to be able to come back to 2020 and 2021. Unless and then you got to also think the amount of competitors they have. You got the web design. Everyone can pretty much create your business if you have a website today. Look at ChatGPT. You see how fast somebody was able to replicate their shit? And I had a partner who told me he went to OpenAI back in 2020. So OpenAI was in development for a long time. But you know how they have like private tech meetings? So I know a guy who develops apps. So he told me he was at the private tech meeting at OpenAI, right? So why am I saying this? Because everybody is in danger. If he was at the OpenAI 3 years ago, and now you got companies able to call up somebody and generate a mock-up in months, that right there is serious. That right there shows you that not many companies are safe, but Shopify was able to recover. So you got to think too, if a company has had like a bad 2 years and then they have a profitable quarter, you get what I'm saying? Or they have a quarter that's been better than the last two, the stock will rise. So a lot of times betting on a company to make a comeback can also make you money, if that makes sense. So just imagine, right? You're a rapper and you fall off, kind of like Kodak Black, right? So imagine Shopify is Kodak Black. Kodak Black was going crazy. Then he go to jail for 2 years. No, his money stopped. So next thing you know, what do you want to do with Kodak Black? He's still a good company. He's still a good rapper. He's still this and that. So if Kodak Black was a stock, would you have invested in Kodak Black when he got out of prison? Most of you will probably say no. There's no way he's coming back from that shit. He had no money for 2 years, yada, yada, yada. Now he one of the top 5 artists. And that's pretty much what Shopify was able to do this quarter. They were able to make a comeback from being down for a year or so. And that's why they shot up. So another gem is to look at those companies that could either make a comeback temporarily or something like that. So yeah, just explain this shit in layman's terms. Oh, and don't think I didn't profit from this. I am up 23,000 on some long-term leaps. So I bought this back in 9/26, and my chat know what's up. They know what's going on. 23,000, 200% on this. Tripled my money, right? So I only put in 10,000, and I'm more than almost 23K up. So I'm going to hope Shopify continues to have great quarters. You feel me? That's what I'm on. Please keep doing you. And then biggest losers. Oh, I forgot to talk about the other biggest winners too. I was so happy about Shop. Uber. Oh my God. Uber is making a comeback. I'm a believer in Uber. I know that they haven't been doing good since they IPO, things like that. They ran into a lot of issues. But household name. One thing we know is household. Then they got the Uber Eats. I don't know about y'all, but I use Uber and Uber Eats. Now, granted, just because you use a product does not mean that this product will go crazy. All right. But it's still the principle in me. I fuck with Uber. Eli Lilly, healthcare. Remember I told you guys, healthcare is always going to rise. It's unstoppable. Surprised Tesla made a comeback. And you know, Apple at the end there. I gotta go pretty much do my research on companies like Snow, and see what why is someone buying Monster. More than likely, Monster probably invested in something healthy. So Monster making a comeback, more than likely it has to be because Monster is doing either some healthy smoothie. I don't know what the hell going on, but none of you should be drinking this on the daily. Now, granted, it do be some days where I'll be like, man, I need to stay up, and it be rare, but it be maybe like, for me to drink an energy drink, I'll drink an energy drink, and if there's a year, I probably take a Red Bull or a Monster probably 5 times, and that's because I'm desperate. But let's get back into the lesson. So, yep, I'm up a lot on Shopify. I don't really rock with a lot of these companies. ExxonMobil, they're down. A great dividend company if you want good dividends. Adobe. Adobe does pretty well. Adobe is stepping into AI, by the way. So, yeah. Yeah, Monster is straight poison. And then a lot of these banks are down. So, crypto. Remember I was telling you guys about Morgan Stanley earlier, Bank of America. AI is going to affect a lot. Crypto is going to affect a lot, and the fact that more people are going to be less trusting of the government, and they're pulling their funds. So you got to think, we the people control the banks. If we all pull our funds from the banks, then they are no more. So some banks can't survive with no growth. So the problem, some companies, here's another thing, folks. The reason why First Republic fell is because they didn't have any more growth. So imagine your business, you're once rich, like Sears, right? When you don't have any growth, you can't afford much. So you can go under, you can collapse. So nobody is signing up to fuck with First Republic. So you got to think, a lot of these banks are going to be next because of no growth, no user growth. So if you don't have any new money coming in, then your old money gonna run out. Yeah, I heard of them. So Bitcoin that is a crazy number. 1, 2, that's definitely a million. That's a billion. This is trillion. So Bitcoin has a 1.2 trillion market cap. Wowzer. Volume down 21% the last 24 hours. So maybe people just trade Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin trader. I'm a Bitcoin long-term investor. So, you know, you guys know more about that than me. But yeah, Ethereum, Tether, Binance, all of that. This is what's going on. Bitcoin is right at 29K again. So we're going to see what Bitcoin can do. Me personally, like I just told you, I think Bitcoin is going to rise because of the banks. Now I have a clear-cut reason of why people would invest in Bitcoin. For one, you could transfer Bitcoin like it's nothing. So I wired a guy $42,000 on a Saturday night. A Saturday night, folks, where we know banks supposed to be closed. The shit dropped at like I wired him at about 11 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, the shit hit. Like, cause you know they gotta verify your license and all of that shit. But that right there is way better than all this bank shit. I don't care what nobody say. I literally scanned the man's shit and literally wired him $42,000 for a transaction via crypto. And that right there is why I believe this will take over one day. And that is why they're trying to do the Fed now and all of that, and they're trying to create their own coins. Remember the government said they're going to create their own coin because they want us to be able to use them for transactions, and they want to track our transactions. So, you know, I'm not sure if we can stop. I'm not sure if this is going to stop us from being regulated, though. I still believe they're going to regulate Bitcoin. For one, anything the government allows, they know about. So I don't know why people think you just transferred USD to Bitcoin and somehow you're off the market now. It don't work like that. All right, folks, it just don't. So data and important news. Price check ahead. So consumer price index, CPI, you see that? CPI, consumer price index report scheduled to be released on Wednesday. So they love fucking us on a Wednesday, don't they? So the consumer price index will release on Wednesday. And then we're going to see if the inflation rates will extend. In March, inflation fell to 5% annual rate from 6% the previous month, bringing inflation to the lowest level in nearly 2 years, right? So what was it, like 2 months ago, we were at its lowest. They dropped it 1%, correct? So we're going to see if they drop it again. They did it once. Let's see if they'll drop it again. And that will actually help companies profit. So that will make the stocks go up, for one. So that's one thing I will say. If they drop it again to like even 4.5, 4.75, 25 points, anything, whatever they want to do, it will make the market go up because companies will profit. Because you got to think, CPI means goods, consumer price index. So that means oil, gold, metal, all of these things that companies need. Like Apple needs batteries. So you got to think when inflation goes up, the price of batteries go up. Everything goes up, right? So if they're saving money because they got to buy goods just like we got to buy it. So they're going to profit more if they bring the inflation rate down more. So you also got to think about that too. And yes, Honey Drip does teach Fibonacci. So the week ahead, you guys know Wednesday we have CPI. So, you know, this is probably going to be a bad day. The day before CPI, low volume. Investors are going to hold their money. So never go heavy a day before data or data. So always remember that, folks. These are the days you trade lightly, tread lightly. You can lose money. And that's just the name of the game. Thursday, producer price index, weekly unemployment claims. Friday, university, nothing really. So unemployment. So Thursday and Wednesday is really going to be it. All right, export and import prices, it really don't matter. But this is going to be the day everyone needs to watch for. Wednesday, CPI. All right. So now we get into earnings. So if you guys know, earnings are reported every quarter if you IPO. So there are companies that have not IPO, initial public offering, like TikTok. TikTok is a company that did not IPO. They are not on the stock market. So guess what that means? That means they don't get earning reports, meaning all of their data is private. So let me let you guys on a little secret. All of these are public companies. So that means they can be exposed. If you want to know why so many companies are on the news for the bullshit they do, is because you can see it. But see, TikTok can cap. You feel me? TikTok can say, yeah, we up this. Now, granted, their investors know. So whoever invested in the TikTok, they'll know their numbers. They'll be able to see what's going on. It's really hard to judge TikTok because they're not an IPO yet. But I think they will become one. And that would be dope if they do. You feel me? I'm not sure when they'll do it. What's another great company that hasn't IPO'd? Hell, the NFL. You know, what if we can invest in the NBA and the NFL? That would be dope. We would have made a lot of money. I would have put money in that goddamn 10 years ago. What's another company that's not public? But anyway, let's talk about it. Walt Disney. Why is this red? Y'all know we fuck with the blue Disney. probably because they wanted to make it show. Disney is what I'll be looking forward to. Airbnb. I think these guys are going to get fucked by competitors. What's stopping Facebook from being Airbnb? What's stopping Instagram from letting people host shit? I just think when other companies have users, it could get dangerous for anybody. Chick-fil-A, yep. Twitter, SpaceX, yep. Chick-fil-A is one of them. Good one, y'all. Yep. Panera Bread. Chick-fil-A is a good one though. That's a company that we know makes money, but has not IPO'd. You know, I'm having a brain fart. So, Six Flags. I wonder if theme parks are going down. Is it just me, or I'm not a fan of getting on roller coasters no more? I like to sit my ass on the ground. I'm not a fan of all these, because they doing too much with them now. They got roller coasters that look like my skinny ass will fly out of that. They got you twirling around and loopity loop. I don't know, man. I like safe, and a lot of these roller coasters don't look safe. So I don't know. And Burger King is going down the drain. I think Wendy's and Burger King will get phased out. Mark my words, they're going to go bankrupt one day. Wendy's and Burger King, and you guys are gonna be like, told you so. And why do I say that? Because fast food is just, people are catching on to that shit. You know, so that's just how I feel. I was surprised. You know who I'm surprised? Arby's. Arby's is shit. Whoever is keeping Arby's alive has to have some type of legacy he doesn't want to destroy. That guy has pride. Because to be burning that much cash, there is no way Arby's is profitable. You feel me? No way. So, whoever owns Arby's, you have to have too much pride to let that shit go and let us know you going bankrupt. You know that one motherfucker who don't want nobody to know he broke, so he gonna keep living the lifestyle and he'll go broke so nobody will know he broke? That's Arby's. He's that one friend. But we all know deep down inside, nobody's eating that shit. All right? Now, would I swing anything for earnings? No, sir. It's a gamble. If you do swing anything for earnings, you need to be careful. You need to do a straddle or something like that. They said Wendy's fire. Yeah, but do they got the line jumping like McDonald's? I can be honest. I've seen McDonald's just jumping for no reason. You're not gonna see a Wendy's or a Burger King just jumping unless that's all that town got. Now, I've been in small country ass towns and all they got is a Wendy's or a Burger King. So yeah, I can see that. But if you put anything near a Wendy's or a Burger King, nobody's gonna eat Wendy's or Burger King. If you put any good restaurants near them, they ain't gonna eat them. But McDonald's, that fucking poison. America don't play about McDonald's. You could put that shit anywhere and that line gonna jump. And Americans know it's poison. We all know it's poison. But I ain't gonna lie, shit. Every once in a while, you just be like, man, I take a fry or some shit, man. You know how it go. So let me fit some screens and stuff. But yeah, let's get into this watch list, folks. Let's get into this watch list. So we back at it. It's your boy Aristotle. Now, we about to get into this watch list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Trading View on this other screen real quick. And we're going to get into why I like a few of these stocks. My real camera done went dead, so I'm using the laptop camera. That's all good, folks. As long as we had it for the beginning, that's all that matters. So now we back into the watch list. So now we're going to go to the daily chart, and I'm actually doing it from scratch. So you guys seeing me do this from scratch. So this is SPY. We're on SPY. Now let's talk about it. So for one, we still in this trend line. So we still on this little trend line right here. So who knows? I see us somehow, some way coming back here. Now mark my words. You know, I rarely be wrong on these watch lists, so pay attention. We have this right here, this level right here, this 417 level. And me personally, I should have bought some damn puts right here. Tell you the truth, this candle right here was nasty. But who wants to short SPY with all, you know, we had data coming up and all this CPI, this. So it's like every time we drop, we always bounce back. Now, granted, we just made a higher high right here. So I want to see if this will hold up. I want to see if this higher high right here will hold up. Because I was thinking we were coming back here. I was going to buy right here. Because look, why would I buy right here? Because we got that four-way intersection like I just told you guys. We got that right here. We got us a nice four-way right here. We got us a 200 MA plus a trend line, a third touch of support. So if SPY would have kept coming down, I would have been personally happy. I would have bought this dip right here, and I would have put a lot of money into it. I was ready for that. But now, you know, we just gotta see what's going on. Day trading is our friend. Think about this, folks. Who would swing this? Who wants to swing this? Anybody who tried to swing this year is in trouble. Point blank period. Like, look at all this. Check that out. What's that? What's this? What's that? What is this? What is this? This is the worst year to swing. All right. So, you know, that's just my opinion. Let's go to SPS, the index. So, you know, the reason why I got all these arrows and stuff, because I've been teaching y'all, you know, showing my entries and exits. So, again, I don't see anything going on. Boom. So first of all, that level right here is kind of scary. This level right here on SPX. We got a reject here, another reject here at this level, another reject at this level. So this 49, this 4170-ish level is pretty dangerous for SPX. Pretty dangerous. So unless we can get above that, we're in trouble. And I can mark that red for danger. So we're in danger with SPX right here. So you gotta correlate SPX with SPY and everything else, right? So SPY, same thing, that same level. We're in trouble right here where this 417, 418 level is. This 417. So 4170 would be SPX and 417 would be here. So same level as you can see if you compare the two. Let's look at QQQ. QQQ is also, you know, needs to make another high. So we're all at resistances here. So that's the scary part. But QQQ looks a bit stronger than everybody else. QQQ looks a bit stronger. So this is the tech ETF. They look a bit stronger, but everybody else looks like they need some work. And then Tesla, check out Tesla. Tesla wants to come gap fill after breaking down during earnings right here. So Tesla, I was wondering which gap it was going to fill. So, yeah, I was wondering which gap Tesla was going to fill. It looked like it was going to fill this gap at first. Faked out, and now I was heading to this gap. So we got to see which gap. But so far, the front runner is this guy now. So let's look at some MAs. Now we got to bring up some cloud MAs. And what do we have? The 21 EMA right here. Now let's bring some resistances here. Sometimes you got to zoom out. You got to see what's going on. So Tesla has a little resistance there. So Tesla would also have to break this resistance, it looks like, including this 21 EMA right here, this yellow line. So, you know, that doesn't look good, but we're going to see. If it does break, that would be nice. Tesla keeps flirting with this 200 MA and hasn't touched it yet. I swear it was going to touch it this day, the next day. after this breakout. This was a crazy false breakout, by the way. Craziness. So Tesla, if it gets above the 21 EMA on the daily and this trend line, I'll like it to not only fill this gap, that would be, I like it for a gap fill if Tesla can do that tomorrow. Amazon, my fault. Amazon, as I stated below, let me show you guys something. As I stated last week, and the week before that, and the week before that, and the week before that, this trend line here is just dangerous. But not only that, this 200 MA. As you can see, Amazon just, this 200 MA has just been Amazon's daddy for the last year. So, you know, daddy spanked that ass once, daddy spanked it twice, daddy spanked it 3 times, and you know, no homo, and daddy is not playing again. So, you know, there's nothing we can do here, folks. Amazon's 200 MA is just too strong. So, you know, it's going to keep getting spanked by daddy. As long as it holds under that 200 MA, it is what it is. So there's nothing really I can say about this other than this orange line is just dominating Amazon for the last year. Don't know when Amazon is going to overcome him. Don't know. There's nothing we can do about Amazon. All we can do is buy and hold while it's still near 100. Now, Apple has broken resistance. Apple has broken resistance. And now it's heading here. So Apple has broken resistance. And now it's heading, well, it still got this level right here too, but I don't know, man. I think Apple was, it's definitely coming here. It could come here. I won't say definitely is, but because it could easily, you know, come back down. This could be a false breakout. But Apple had great earnings. Of course, we talked about Apple. And yeah, this thing could either come here or both. But Apple is just strong. Proud of Apple, you know, just to see somebody dominate. Apple is the Georgia Bulldogs, but for 10 years, 20 years. They goddamn not playing. We gonna three-peat, by the way. Yeah, that trend, man. So Apple, there's nothing really to talk about here. Meta, a gap here and a gap here. So just like Meta has 3 gaps. So every time you see me draw a box, that means a gap could get filled either direction. So Meta came up near the gap and then rejected. But yeah, Meta still has this gap. I'm bullish on Meta. I told people that a long time ago. They thought I was crazy. They said I was stupid. All that shit. So Meta has this trend line, 3 gaps. Really about a lot of gaps, really. So Meta, I don't think all of these gaps are going to get filled. Meta is forever going to have gaps. All right, we can go over Google too. Microsoft, holy fucking smoke! This is the one stock I didn't get in because my dumb ass was wanting somebody to get to $100. So Microsoft never got to $100. So I never invested in Microsoft, but I invested in everything else. But my biggest regret is not buying Microsoft. I wanted them to at least get in the 100s, and they never did. They got the 215. So I'm gonna just have to wait for the stock split, and that's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. Microsoft. I got everybody except Microsoft. I'm talking about everybody. Bought a leap on everybody except them because my dumb ass. I should have at least bought a leap on them, but I'm an idiot. And I can admit that my biggest regret is Microsoft. But I got in everything else. So it is what it is. But Microsoft looks about as strong as Apple at this point, dominating. They just got AI. I mean, what can I say? Microsoft and NVIDIA are dominating in AI. They own ChatGPT, which is going to take off. Everybody's using the OpenAI. I was all on ChatGPT this weekend. You know, the only caveat I have about ChatGPT is the fact that you still have to execute it. After you do the research, you still got to execute it. So that kind of just is making research easier, but execution wise, people ain't going to just do this shit with the information. So the new flex is the fact that people just ain't gonna do it. Simple as that. So a motherfucker might look up a YouTube script. That don't mean he gonna execute it. You might look up the shit to do an email list. That don't mean you're gonna actually send that email out or have the email users to send it to. So that's really the issue that I'm telling people. Yes, AI is cool, but you still gotta do it. There's no, like for instance, people talking about how to make a faceless YouTube channel and all this other shit using ChatGPT, and then come to find out, you still gotta go pay an editor. You still gotta go put it in CapCut to go edit the video. You still gotta do some leg work. So why am I saying all this? Because it don't matter what AI do, it's still some lazy ass humans who ain't gonna do the leg work. Simple as that. So there we have it with AI. But does it make time and ideas easier? Yes. Yes. It does work. It can make you more efficient. But the problem is, for one, people got to invest in themselves because a lot of this AI technology is not free. So if you want to use ChatGPT to its best benefit, you might want to pay for the paid version. Mid-Journey, the AI art, you still got to pay to get a bunch of art service. They have free, but we all know the people who pay for the shit gonna get the best. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on AI. NVIDIA, I am up huge on these guys. Huge. But NVIDIA, I bought down here, by the way, folks. I bought NVIDIA down here. I bought AMD as well. I bought, not Microsoft, my stupid ass. Meta, I bought down here as well. I bought Meta down here. And I bought NVIDIA down here. So I'm balling. One of my biggest catches in a long time. Google is just burning up our premiums on these leaps, but I'm bullish on Google, mainly because of YouTube. I fuck with the ads, but YouTube is just different, man. I'm sorry, but that shit is different. You know, I'm using YouTube right now, trying to, you know, benefit what they got going on. These folks really paying folks to post videos. And they got enough money to pay folks to post videos. Like, any American in the world can hop on YouTube and make money. Like, what the fuck? YouTube is God. Ain't to call that Jehovah tube, God tube, Allah tube, something. Cause man, probably one of the best inventions on earth. We using YouTube right now. Shout out to YouTube, man. I'm bullish on Google for eternity. Until YouTube closes down, holla at me. That's all I gotta say. Until YouTube closes down, holla at me. All right. I'm bullish on these motherfuckers until they close that bitch down. As long as Google is under $100, it's a buy. It's a buy. It's a buy. I don't care what nobody say. It's a fucking buy. These guys are very profitable. I know they trying to do the Google phones and all that shit, but what I think Google need, for one, Google is about to take over TV. So let's go ahead and get that straight. Comcast, goodbye. DirecTV, sayonara. So we already know, slowly but surely, there is going to be no more DirecTV, no more Comcast. There's not going to be no more nothing. Only thing we going to have left to watch is some damn YouTube. YouTube has YouTube TV now. So we already know they're going to take over a market share. Like 20 years from now, our kids aren't going to want no fucking DirecTV. 20 years from now, my son is going to be watching YouTube TV. Just being honest. So I'm just keeping it 1,000. YouTube is just it. Yeah, leap calls on YouTube. Well, you should have the stock. Everybody and their mom should own Google on their portfolio, because you already know that this is one company that I know for sure has growth potential. I know for sure. Yeah, they just got NFL Sunday Ticket. YouTube is over with. SQ, FinTech. I think these guys are through. Apple just released a savings account. Their CEO just got whacked. I'm not a fan of FinTech. Even PayPal. That private company Stripe. Stripe is fucking up. A lot of these people. You know where SQ failed? They failed by not doing what Stripe and PayPal was doing. SQ is doing the peer-to-peer lending, but when we start using crypto, then what? So I'm no longer a fan of SQ. At first I was, but when that CEO got whacked, I was like, I'm out of this shit. I'm not a fan. This might be the one company I'll take a loss on, but I'm gonna wait till they get one more bounce back up. If SQ gets one more bounce, even to right here to like the 80s, I am out for eternity. I just need one more bounce. Now, granted, I got in around here, so I'm like at break even at SQ. I'm not down on SQ, but if I get one more pop up, I'm out. And that's for anybody who's in SQ leaps with me. We just need one more pop, and we're going to leave these guys alone, let them figure this shit out. PayPal, same thing. I mean, PayPal could possibly make a comeback, but like I said, too much competition in the fintech industry, financial tech. It's too much competition. I don't like when people don't have an economic moat. You know, PayPal has always been a cash producing, you know, they always been good in my books, but nah. You know, fintech is just not what I'm a fan of right now. Shopify, as you can see, long dick candles up, gone, boner style, sayonara. Great quarter. Let's see what they did. A surprise. A surprise. Nice. Disney, they have earnings. So we gonna see what Disney do, but I'm a fan of Disney. I like their diversification. I like their users. They have Disney Plus. They have parks, theme parks that'll never run out. My only concern is the Disney brand itself. You know, the trajectory of Disney Channel and all of that is not my favorite so far, but they have expanded. They own Star Wars, they own Marvel, you know, but like the nostalgia, how many times are they going to remake Spider-Man? How many times are you going to remake all of these other things? So that's my only thing. I believe they'll be able to figure this shit out, but I think they need more stories, more characters, more content. And that's my honest opinion on Disney. I fuck with the theme parks, I fuck with everything else, but how long will the nostalgia of this keeps going? Will this next generation give a damn about Mickey Mouse as much as we did? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Disney has black characters playing Ariel now. That should be concerning with, whoa, Disney, now you are playing the same game Netflix is doing. You have to use influencers to sell your products now rather than just being Disney itself, because they understand that they have lost a generation to TikTok. Our generation can give two damns about a Spider-Man when we got this new TikTok dance coming out. You feel me? We can give a damn about Mickey Mouse. I'm tattooing PP and these memes and shit. They care more about memes than Mickey Mouse. So that's my only issue. Now, am I saying Disney is in trouble? No. But am I saying that they need to figure something else out? Yes, and they are trying. But using black celebrities is a start. That's what they doing. You know, and why are they doing that? I'm going to tell y'all why Disney is using the celebrities to do that. Because you got to think the trajectory, it's free advertising. hip hop culture and all that shit. If you want to sell anything these days, you got to go through them. That's why Nike went to Travis Scott. That's why Adidas went to Kanye West. These artists, music is how you make anything travel fast. Influence and music. That's why it's just how it goes. They said facts. 80s babies had Mickey Mouse. I don't think this generation will not. Yeah, they don't fuck with Mickey Mouse. Yeah, they don't fuck with it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So that's my whole thing with Disney. Your core product might not stick with forever. I believe in the future, kids ain't gonna fuck with Mickey Mouse like that. 20 years from now. So I'm betting long on Disney still, but I'm still kind of like, the trajectory of your company ain't my favorite right now. Now that I know how technology is going and everything, these kids ain't watching no damn TV. These kids, I don't even think my son will be excited to go to Disney World if I don't take him before 7 years old. Around 10, he on TikTok. Dancing, playing the face game. You know how the little boy be doing the face game? Them boys ain't studying that shit. When I was 11, I couldn't wait to go to Disney World. We still had a little imagination. We had all that. These kids ain't, yeah. They'll adjust though. I want to see how they'll adjust. Because remember, y'all, we said the same shit about Meta. So this is why I say don't doubt Disney. Because they could come back and they got the money to come back. And they got the brains and the power. But remember we said down here, Meta is in trouble, yada, yada, yada. Then they come out with Meta Verified right here. They come out with the Meta Verified right here. And look what happened. So don't give up on Disney. Let's see if they figure it out. But it's important for us to invest in them to bet on that. So here's the point. You as an investor got to say, okay, I fuck with Disney. I like what they doing. I like the trajectory. So here's the part that's hard for a lot of investors. Don't think about now. Think about the future. So Disney did grow in Disney Plus subscribers. So yeah, they got that on lock. But I want to see what they do with everything else. I want to see what their next power move going to be. That's all I want to see. Now, Disney bought up a lot of land in Atlanta. In fact, Disney is the reason why my cousin restaurant got bought. Disney bought the property for my cousin's restaurant, which got his shit shut down. So, stay tuned for that. Disney is doing something in Atlanta. I hope they don't put no goddamn theme park, though. That shit lame. I don't know what they gonna do. Netflix. What was my theory on Netflix? My theory on Netflix is advertising. Netflix, they could make a lot of money if they advertise. Meaning, and I think Netflix should compete with YouTube. I think Netflix should let us put out our own movies. They should have an independent platform if they want their business to come up. But Netflix was experimenting, and they should have like a free version. Like Netflix has, because if not, YouTube is going to destroy this platform. YouTube is going to destroy them. If Netflix don't, I think Netflix should let us, I think they should let people put out independent movies. I think Netflix should, and they should also experiment with ads if they want to come back. If not, they're going to, how they did Blockbuster is going to happen to them. YouTube is going to do to Netflix what Netflix did to Blockbuster. If Netflix don't figure some shit out quick. Because attention spans are lower now. And Netflix is trying to put out, if you see the play with Netflix, they're doing something clever. They're trying to put out short form content now, like that episode Beef. Beef is a prime example of trying to put out shit that they can keep repurposing. Kind of how Tyler Perry doing with the Sisters. Like my wife is able to watch a new Sisters episode every week. Imagine if you can drop an episode every week, 52 episodes a year. You'll have people hooked. So unless Netflix can come out with something that's going to get us addicted and hooked 52 weeks out of the year, they better watch they goddamn backs. Cause the attention span is only getting lower. You feel me? The attention span is only getting lower. So I predict Netflix better watch they damn back for the next 20 years. I would not hold this stock for 20 years, but I would hold it for maybe 2. I would hold it for 2, but not 20. Not 20. As soon as Netflix gets very high again, I'm probably going to buy long dated put options. If they ever get anywhere high again, long dated put options. I'm betting on the fall of this company. Yeah, I just don't believe in film. The way the trajectory of short form content is going, TikTok, people are more entertained by reality than the other way around now. Like a motherfucker would rather watch. You don't think TikTok has taken some of the users of Netflix? Movies don't feel the same after you scrolled on social media a million times. We know Superman is some actor, and we need to go find his social media. It's not the same anymore. You know how back in the day you idolized Peter Parker off camera too. Today, you want to go follow the actor, see who he is, and it kind of takes the fun away from it. Like, damn, I don't want to know Superman is at home on the couch and he got a wife and he fucking drinks beer. I don't want to know that shit. I want to see Superman as my imagination like it used to be. And I feel like that's what's going on. The accessibility of Hollywood is fucking up Hollywood. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's no mystique to them no more. Just my opinion. I don't want to know who these actors are. I don't. It takes the fun out of watching this shit. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. So that's about it, man. That's really all I got for Stock Sundays, and we can get into some Q&A type shit. We can get into that. See, we can get into some Q&A type shit. Y'all ask questions. We went on for like an hour, though. I'm glad y'all liked it, though. Y'all fucking with it. Make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Leave a like, too. That would definitely help with my analytics and everything. I'm going to answer questions now. But, yes, please like the thing and comment too after this too. That would be dope. Nah, there is no wait list for the mentorship. You probably got scammed, my buddy. I don't have no wait list. It's either you buy or you don't. But yeah, mentorship sold out already. When do you plan on closing out your long-term calls? Never. I'm holding these bitches for the next 2 years. That's why I only put in 100 racks. That's why you gotta go light. Cause you gotta think, if I put in 500 racks, I probably would have took profits already. You get what I'm saying? So when you go light, you like, shit, I don't care. It's 100 racks. I can lose this 100 racks. It is what it is. Awesome breakdown. I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all tap into the Discord as well. Link in the description. Any sleeper picks? I'm a day trader, so you'll find out if you click the link in the description. I don't really, I'm a day trader, but I went over. I told you I'm holding Disney and Google and shit like that. Yeah, I know Disney gonna always make money, but I want to know 10, you got to think, I'm thinking 20 years from now, not just 5, not a year from now. When you're investing in a company, Warren Buffett said this: if you won't hold that company forever, don't even look their way for a second. That's what Warren Buffett said. That's how he invests. So I'm quoting that from one of the greatest white men himself, Warren Buffett. I don't think Disney should be held for forever but I like them now. I won't say forever. I will hold Disney forever, but I want to see how they what do they have in mind for their future, if I can just say that. This is going to change my life, just a matter of time. You're right, Dwight Lewis. But one thing about trading and everything itself, everything is about buying the dip, buying at the lowest price you can. So I don't care if it's crypto. I don't give a fuck if it's the housing market. I don't care what it is. The goal is to get low and sell high. Somehow make it more valuable, dress it up a little bit if it's real estate. So stocks, real estate, no matter what it is, has all the same principles. Get low, sell high. Did you trim BTC or ETH? Hell no, hold that bitch. 100 racks equals 100,000. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Thoughts on KO? I love KO. KO has bought a lot of healthy companies like Body Armor. How they were able to pivot their image is good, but I think they should stop serving that nasty ass syrupy shit in those machines. I used to be a fan of those Coca-Cola machines, but I don't want that goddamn syrup. You ever go into Chipotle and all that shit? I'm thinking I'm about to eat a healthy bowl, a healthy meal, get me some alkaline water. I went to Qdoba. These motherfuckers only got Coke products. So I'm from Atlanta, but Coke products are shit. Dasani is shit. The original Coke products are ass cheeks. And when people find out what's in those products, they're not going to want to drink it. And when people find out that you don't have any oranges in your own orange soda, you don't have any grapes in your grape soda, when people actually find out what's in the Coca-Cola, they'll stop drinking that shit. When you find out there's no lemons in your Sprite, even though Sprite is pretty good, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Sprite is good as hell. And Coke, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I don't even know how you can create that taste. Like whoever created the Coke taste, more power to you. But I always thought that shit was mid when I was a kid, and I'm from Atlanta. I thought Pepsi was mid. I thought Coke was mid. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad. It's not nasty. It's just the hype of Coke. The drink itself is ass, but the company good. They pay a good dividend. One of the best dividend companies ever. They're a dividend king, meaning they've been rising in dividend for forever. In fact, I can show you, since you wanna, you know what I'm saying, since we wanna see some shit. Let's go look at Look, I was on ChatGPT earlier. You feel me? Let's go look at it. KO dividend history. Then we go right here. So this is why I personally like Coke. Because as you can see right here we go with these damn ads. Okay. So as you can see right here, these guys have been increasing in their dividend for a long time. It wasn't until, they had a slip up in 2012. But ever since then, check that out. Just been rising and rising. Almost at 50 cents. So that means every share. So every time you spend $64, every quarter, you're going to get 46 cents per share. So dividends are my favorite reason why I like Coca-Cola. Other than that, I'm not a big KO fan. Ari in chat, y'all think the paint industry will get taken over by AI? To be honest, brother, yes. But I like art. I like art. Art is not used the way you think it is. Art is used to wash money. So there's a reason why art will always exist and paintings will always exist. Because for one, people like to decorate their houses and things like that in their places and all of that. But two, art is a way for the rich to wash their money. So what happens is, and I'm going to explain why, and then I'm going to get off here because this is going to be my last gem of the day. But let's just say me and you are rich, right? And we don't want to pay taxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, bro, you see that painting over there? Let's go mark up the price on purpose. So I'm going to sit on stage and say, But you know me. You in the crowd. Me and you know what's going on, but the rest of them don't. So you in the crowd, and I pull up this painting. Next thing you know, you say 20,000, and everybody like, shit, what painting is that? You get what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, somebody was like, 30,000, motherfucker. Whatever that is, I want that. Right? And then we mark this shit up all the way to 50 bands, right? And then what I do is I donate this piece of art worth 50 bands because of the shit me and you just did behind the scenes, and I take it to the art museum. So now this piece I've actually used to not pay taxes. But so that's what art is used for. Art is just damn near NFTs, but from back in the day. It's used for the rich to literally set up fake ass auctions, mark up the price, and now this shit is worth that. And then of course other shit plays along with it. Who the artist is, what type of work he done did, you know, like the Da Vinci's and all that shit, the Mona Lisas, you know, all those type of nice pieces. You know, if somebody done died, that make the art go up, by the way. If the art is no longer living, hell, that make the art even more go up. But that is what art is used for. It's for the finesse. So I'm going to personally be doing that one day. You know, just full transparency. I'm about to go goddamn auction some art off, mark the fucking price up, and finesse the shit out of these folks and donate that shit to the museum. Yeah, that shit was worth 50,000. Somebody paid me 50,000 for it. And I'm donating it to y'all for free. There we go. Boom. All right. So somebody said always perception. But anyways, God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day. Like, subscribe, share. It's your boy Aristotle. We out.